Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to channel Y.O.B. It is your host, Y.O.B. Just got out of the theater after seeing Superman, directed by James Gunn. This is a review for the film. First thoughts. It's better than I thought it was going to be, honestly. You see, my eyes are kind of puffy right now. It's I was literally, the ending had me tearing up. The movie is really positive. I like it. I mean, I think it has a lot of problems, but I would say this is honestly a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And, I'm strong enough to admit when I'm wrong about something, and I think that shows a lot of strength to admit when you're wrong. And this is not, I didn't get paid to go watch this movie. I paid with my own money for a ticket to go see this movie on my day off, and I'm giving you a genuine opinion. Sorry, I'm still processing this film. It's just like, okay, let me do good and bad. Let me start with the bad. The bad, if I have to point it out, I don't necessarily like Lex Luthor. I do not like the actor. What he's doing as Lex Luthor is kind of just too obnoxious and juvenile, and I think Lex Luthor should be more cold and calculated and unemotional. I complained about the jokes before, and I do think that there's a little bit too many jokes in this film. Jimmy Olsen, I don't like what they did with Jimmy Olsen in this. I think that we don't need him to. The whole love, like all the girls love Jimmy Olsen. It's just, I don't get it really. It's not really that funny. It's kind of just, it's just stupid, really. But I think he's the strongest when he's talking about family and love. I think he's a good writer in romantic stories. So yeah, I think the bad thing is some cinematography the CGI looks a little bad. Some parts we don't need the music drops, like the iconic music numbers. Lex Luthor is not that great. He's just a little too. But there's moments where I do like him, but then there's moments I'm like, okay, he's a little too juvenile for Lex Luthor. But yeah, that's about all the bad I could say. But the good, I like Corn Sweat as Superman. I think he's great as Superman, and I'm gonna go out of the way and say I think he's honestly my favorite Superman. I think he is honestly my favorite Superman. He's like literally what I picture as Superman. I think the actor playing Corn Sweat I think the actor playing Superman really embodies Superman. He's very sweet and innocent, and I think that's perfect for Superman. His acting was so good. He literally, I think this thing, I think I love the movie more for Corn Sweat's performance as Superman. Oh yeah, another bad thing. I still don't really like what he did with like the story, like just kind of like throwing his parents in under a bus, like kind of making them like they're villains. You know, I mean that should have been like in a second film. But no, I mean, I really do love the parts where he's like. I thought I was gonna hate Ma and Pa Kit, but honestly, I think they're good. I actually really enjoy their performance. Now I mean, I don't really enjoy. I mean, they're good actors. I mean, no, I'm not. I mean, I don't know the actors that well. I mean, what they did in the movie was actually good. Sorry, I'm just processing this film. I just got out, and the ending just like spoilers. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But there's the ending part where he, you know, in the beginning, it starts where he's crash lands and he's injured and all that. I thought I was not gonna like Crypto, but honestly, Crypto is very. I like Crypto, and the thing is kind of funny is that like I just got a cat like 2 years ago, and the cat is really smart. I call my cat Chewy. You probably see it on one of my videos. But yeah, I thought, you know, Crypto was really cool, and but yeah, I mean, I think James Gunn has a lot of potential to write really good scripts, and I think that if he focuses and if there's like, you know, some like creative quality kind of control there, I think that he has a better chance of making a great script. But yeah, I think that when he's left his own devices, he gets too. Again, I think the problem with this film was it's just too silly, you know. But the good things about this film is that I love Lois. I really think the cast is good. I think even Jimmy. I don't like the writing for Jimmy. That he's like this like playboy. Like girls like really like him. It just came across kind of like cringy and silly, just too silly. And there's just some parts where it's just too many jokes, and it's too much parts where they're trying to be silly, you know. And I think that, you know, he's doing a great job. James Gunn's doing a great job enough with just telling a story without all the unnecessary jokes. I think if someone could just tell him like, yo, if you could just stop and just dial back on trying to be funny. You know, I think that I think, I mean, this thing, Sam Raimi, he really reminds me of Sam Raimi, but a less, you know, disciplined version of Sam Raimi. You know, he's pretty much like Sam Raimi, who directed Spider-Man 3 all the time, in my opinion. Because it's like Sam Raimi, I love Spider-Man 3. Even though a majority of people don't like Spider-Man 3, I like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 because it's just there's great parts in it, but it feels like a studio film. Where this film is, James Gunn has complete control, and he makes it feel like a studio film, like someone's told him you have to be silly. And I think I think that, you know, and I know I said a lot of shit about him, you know. But I said that I thought the first Guardians of the Galaxy was good. Honestly, this is my favorite film of his since Guardians of the Galaxy 1. This is my favorite film by him since Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Um, yeah, I'm still processing this movie. I don't necessarily think I really want to see this style again by him, and I think that he should really not direct every film, because I think that he's just too jokey. But I do think that there's parts in there that, I would say this, man, really, like, I thought I was gonna really dislike this movie, but I think that there's 60% of the things in this movie I really like. 60% of this film I really like. 60%, which is shocking. I didn't think I was like 60% of this movie, but 60% of this film I really do like. Like 60% of the writing I like. 60% of the cinematography I like. 60% of the scenes I like. But there's the 40% that is just like, bro, what the fuck, you know? There's 40% of the writing that I'm like, what is this? It's just too silly. It's 40% of the music that I'm like, okay, we don't need this. Like, this is just like, you know, needle drop kind of music. Like, hey, you know, you remember this classic? You know, even though I do like at the end that he plays Iggy Pop, which I'm shocked that he played Iggy Pop at the end. So it's just like, I think James Gunn has a lot of potential as a director, but I think that he's just so trapped in this like silly, goofy mindset of directing. And it's just kind of like, bro, you know, and it's like his you know, his Superman. The reason I was tearing up at the end because it really reminded me of Spider-Man 2 and Sam Raimi's films. You know, how much heart and passion he puts behind his storytelling. You know, and that's why I'm like, I really want him. Really want James Gunn. You know, like, because I think this movie should be a learning experience for him. Like, really, like, dude. Because I think this movie is capable of getting by the skin of his teeth financially. Because I think there's enough good stuff in here that critics, like, I see why critics like it, and there's enough good stuff in here to entertain audience. You know, I think there's enough good stuff in here to make it worthy of being profitable and liked. You know, this is not my favorite Superman movie. I still think Christopher Reeve's first Superman is my favorite, but honestly, I do think this is my favorite Superman of all time. Corn Sweat. I think that this is definitely my favorite Superman actor. You know, I thought he did a really good job. But yeah. If I have to rate this film, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, it's like I gave the Talk to Me movie the same, you know, because I think that this movie has a lot more good going for it than bad, and it impressed me because I walked into here. I literally was not gonna go watch this movie today. I was like literally arguing, like debating myself, like should I even go out and watch this, because I was just like, I really don't want to go watch like a silly ass movie. And I mean, I feel like it was worth the trip. It was worth me coming out and watching it in the theater. You know. So yeah, I give this a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. You know, I still don't like James Gunn's like jokey filmmaking style, you know, but I do think this is like definitely next to the first Guardians of the Galaxy for me. Like, I definitely do like this around as much as I liked Guardians of the Galaxy 1. So yeah, I give this a 7.5 out of 10. And this is, I mean, I'm kind of just shocked I'm saying that about this movie. I thought I was gonna hate this, like, but yeah, You know, I don't. I'm not. I want to be honest to my viewers. I want to be honest to people. You know, and I want to admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong that this movie was gonna be shit. You know, but you know, I think it's strong to admit when you're wrong. So yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this, if you didn't like this, and as always, may the force be with you. Peace and out.